Good morning, and welcome to smoky Winnipeg. Well, kind of sunny. Okay, speaking of the sun, we didn't have much of a sunrise this morning. The clouds won out. Don't know if I'm going to do anything with it at the end of today's episode or not. The walkers did come by, though. I did see them. Now, I did come back to the model table last night for a while. Didn't do any videoing, so we are not going to have a rollback. But at least I've got our little parts mounted on the sticks for painting. I haven't decided yet, am I going to brush them or am I going to spray them? Once again, as I've said many times, if I want it to be really good, I will use the airbrush. But do I want to get the airbrush out just for, what do we got here? 8, 9 parts? 10, no, there's about 10 parts, I guess, if you include these. I'm going to paint, I think I'll paint everything the number 66. It should contrast good with the 338, yeah. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just take out a minute and remove these from their little clamps now. The CA glue is more than cured, I'm sure. And you don't need to watch me doing that. Missy the dog hasn't come by yet, and she's due any minute. So we'll see how that goes. I'm getting a little bit more used to my 3D camera, or I keep saying 3D, 360 degree camera. You know, that'll probably be the next thing. It'll be 360 degrees in 3D. And maybe they have it out now, I don't know. And probably have to mortgage the house to buy one, though. But that's the way technology goes. It's, you know, when these cameras first came out, they were very, very expensive for one that would produce a video as good as this one does, which isn't all that good compared with what we're doing right now. I did a little bit of investigating last night as to how many megabytes per minute my this thing uses up. And for anybody who's interested, Jeff Donahue already knows this because I sent him a sort of a semi-private video on it. And and this camera in the 360 degree mode uses approximately 8 times more data per minute or per second, whatever, than the camera that's running right now. And that's because it has to capture everything all the time. You know, I know you're only looking at a small segment here and there, but everything else has to be there because they don't know where the viewer is going to pan around to. So that's why it's so big. Okay, let's not talk about cameras all day. Let's see if we can get some painting done here. Get these parts glued down, and then we can we'll be basically done. Step 39. Yeah. Oh, I got to paint those valves. Where are they? Oh, here they are over here. These little valves. I have to paint them green. I think there's about 10 green taps that we have to paint. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting because they're already glued down into place. No, wait a minute. I have to paint this. You know what? I just broke a piece off here. I should watch what I'm doing. Well, now I'm going to have to glue that back on. I guess I bumped it with my arm. I heard it go snap, and I thought, what was that? I don't do retakes, so it is what it is. Anyway, I've got to spray this piece, the 66, and then paint the taps. Yeah, I'm going to spray because there's just too much delicate area here that I'm going too much detail here that I will accidentally be covering up if I use a paintbrush. So we're going to spray. But in the meantime, I gotta glue this back on here. So, I'll set it up the way I had it before, I guess. Okay, well, we'll see you back here when I get my act together. The one with the waggly tail.
And imagine somebody will be here, probably rainy at noon.
Yeah, it's
with
pretty
El Mutsky.
kind of wet out there, isn't it?
Still, yeah. She doesn't like the wet grass. She went having a poo this morning. No way. She didn't really want to be on the wet grass even when we walked across it. Very fastidious.
She thinks maybe that's something to lick.
What's the flavor of that?
Yeah, what does it taste like?
Looks like licorice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wet out here.
How are you enjoying the camera?
So far so good. It's going to be good for B-roll, you know, for inserting stuff.
Yeah.
Or on the motorcycle.
Are you up late editing?
Up late?
Yeah.
I was last night.
Lady said she's seen you up late a couple of times.
Yeah. I was. One of the viewers had asked how many megabytes per second does it use in comparison to
an ordinary video camera?
An ordinary camera, yeah. And so I figured it out, and it's approximately 8 times as much than what I'm using now.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
It's 2 different cameras, but it's also up and down and sideways, and then it has to do the stitching.
That's right. Everything all at the same time. So it's got to have everything there because you know you never know where the viewer is going to want to pan to. You know? Okay. I think we have missied to death here, haven't we? We have missied to death. Yes.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Allen.
Okay, we shall see you.
And thank you, viewers, for the peanut butter bacon and the bacon-flavored bacon for the doodle. You're kind and generous.
Yeah, they sure were.
And we're grateful. She's even more grateful than I am.
Are you more grateful, Missy? Are you more grateful?
There goes Oliver. Oliver is being carried. Oliver is not big on going for a walk. Their new old little black dog, Emmett, just is dying to get out for a walk, but Oliver, yeah.
Missy the dog. Missy the dog. All right, get the little protective lens cap on here. And yeah. Now, we are going to try and paint those valves. I know I haven't done any spraying yet with the 66, but I was curious as to just how well is this X5 here gonna paint. And I think if I'm very careful, I should be able to make it so that it is the illusion of being green. Now, these three valves right here, I do believe that they're going to be basically covered up. Yeah, but because that other piece goes over top of it. But let's just try it. Let's see if I can just almost dry brush them. Hey, that's loose. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, push stop. I must have caught this on something because it, the paintbrush shouldn't have knocked that loose. Okay, let's swing it around here so it's a little bit closer to me. And okay, no. Yeah, what happened there? That should have stayed on there. Okay, let's just put some more CA on there. I'm looking straight down on it now. I'm just trying to get it centered on that. This is the CA thin. It's not the thick stuff that we just bought, or the medium, I guess it was. So I don't know if I dare poke it or not. Maybe I'll get some curing agent here. Maybe I should have it wick up from the bottom. I don't know. Is this going to be a disaster or not? Oh, I had too much on Gabe Schwab. Well, that will evaporate. It'll evaporate and we'll never know it was there. If you're looking at the clock, you'll notice that a fair amount of time has passed here. Now, I did get out on my bike a while ago. I went for a very short ride. I got the other side of the Chief Peguis Bridge on the other side of the river, and I was pretty near across, and I'm noticing little drops forming on the front of my visor on my helmet, so I found the first good place that I could turn around, and I came back. So I was only out for about 15-20 minutes altogether. But there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be a nicer day, according to the weather people. Okay, let's get our macro lens on and see if we can get some of this green on there. That's the plan. Don't think we're going to be doing any airbrushing today. It's too late now, and at 3:30 I got a coffee visitor coming, and yeah, and I got other stuff I got to do. So let's do what we can do here. We still got a few minutes left. Okay, now if you remember the last time I did this with a dry brush, I broke the wheel off. I think it was already broken off. So let's just be really careful here now. I want to be careful not to go through between the spokes and get it on the plastic. These ones here should be fairly easy. I only need to try and do around the edges. I don't think we need to worry about trying to get up from the back. Okay, let's do this one here first. Maybe I got too much on there. We just want to give the illusion of green, don't we? Maybe I might find that I'm going to have to do 2 coats here. This is kind of working, isn't it? Go around the edges here. Whoops. I'm brushing it off. Maybe I don't have enough on there. Or maybe what I should have done is maybe where I touched it with a wax pencil before, I can't really see my depth. I think I'm probably going too far down. All right, let's just leave that. There's probably a trick to painting small stuff like this, but okay, as I said, the illusion of green. So we got the illusion of green there. Well, here we are. We're kind of ending up pretty much the way we started this morning. I think we'll spray tomorrow. No promises. Yeah, I think we will, because I can't paint those other little taps green until I get the 66 on there. So, yeah, I'll see what I can do with this morning sunrise. I vaguely remember seeing parts of it, and it's nothing special, but I'll do my best. I got over an hour and a half before my coffee visitor comes, so I might be able to work it in. Well, I guess you'll soon know, because if it's there, I got it, and if it's not there, well, hey, I ran out of time. So I'm going to call her quits here for this afternoon. Thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.